Are your ads getting tons of cheap clicks, but almost nobody is booking a call, downloading your app, or filling out a form? Well, what you experience is the single biggest reason I see B2B ad campaigns fail. Over the past 7 years, I've worked with over 50 B2B SaaS companies and agencies, and I've seen companies waste a fortune on clicks that just goes nowhere. But I also know the secret to fixing it. For one client, we turned 550 cheap clicks into 21 qualified sales calls and over 35,000 in revenue, all from a single 6,000 ad campaign. Today, I'm going to show you the single most important part of your funnel that you're probably ignoring, the conversion mechanism. I'll break down what it is, show you 4 different types you can use for your SaaS or agency, and explain how it turns low intent clicks into high quality conversions. And the best part, you don't need more clicks or a bigger ad budget to really fix this. You just need to change what happens in the 30 seconds after the click. So here's what I see account after account. The average company is running ads to a homepage. What happens is their ads are actually getting lots and lots of traffic, lots and lots of clicks that go to just the homepage. And on the homepage, like if you are a SaaS company, you have either start a free trial or book a demo. So you have 2 calls of actions. What ends up happening is the traffic you're sending, they're not really clicking on any of those buttons. Or if they are clicking, you're not really seeing high quality leads there. They're just clicking and maybe going away, or they might create the account and then they wouldn't activate it in the first place because they weren't motivated to do that. Or if you're an agency, you might be seeing form fills and then abandoned forms. You might be seeing a lot of no shows on your calls. Lots and lots of different troubles. What most people do here is they think, oh, I just have to get a better media buyer because probably the ads aren't correct. This might be the case, but more often than not, I'm seeing a different problem. The ads, you can always improve them as you should, but you lack a fundamental piece inside your funnel, which is the main problem. Let's go into why it's broken in the first place. Think about the user's mindset. They're scrolling on social media, right? They're scrolling, they're in low buying intent, they're just doom scrolling. That's what everybody is doing on Instagram and Meta. It doesn't matter if they are a sales director at a $500 million company, some millionaire somewhere, or just an ordinary person. We are all people at the end of the day. Social media, currently, it's designed to just give us instant gratification, trigger those dopamine receptors all of the time. And so you're just scrolling, right? So you're not really there to, you don't wake up as a user and you're I'm gonna buy this product today. This is not what's going on usually. You're just scrolling, you're seeing some memes, and every now and then you're seeing an ad, right? Let's say you scroll, see a meme, you see a video, you see something else, and then every 4th or 5th scroll is an ad. The user is in that mode. And what you are doing is you are really asking for too much too soon. You have a high intent action, which would be to book a call or to download your app or to do something else. And that is a huge problem because you're trying to match the low intent of the user with your high intent action. So do you see how that is a disconnect here already? And what that results in is high bounce rates, low conversion rates, and honestly just wasted ad spend. Now, what is the missing link here? Well, this is where the conversion mechanism comes into play. It is literally the missing bridge inside your funnel. So what the conversion mechanism really is, it's a system that turns cold, low intent traffic from your ads into educated, high intent prospects before you ask them to take your final conversion action. So what that means is you have a low intent user because they're just scrolling through the platform. They're in low intent mode. You have that user and you have a high intent action. You need something in the middle to convert their intent from low to high so that they are ready to take the action, and not only take it, but actually then show up on the call or download your application and actually use it, and not just download for the sake of downloading it. The conversion mechanism, simplified, just turns low intent into a high intent. It stimulates the user to take the desired action. Its job is to build trust, educate the user, and create demand after the click, but before the ask. Now, you might be wondering what a conversion mechanism looks like. So I'm going to give you here 4 examples that I generally use for B2B SaaS and agencies. This also works for B2C companies, by the way. It's not only for B2B. The first one is a VSL landing page conversion mechanism. Again, I'd like to reiterate, all of these things, we place them after somebody clicks on your ad. This is just the next step. So what a VSL landing page is, it's a 5 to 15 minute video that breaks down the problem and your unique solution. So you talk to the customer, you explain their situation, you explain how your product solves their problem, and it solves it in such a way that it's obvious for them that they have to take this call because they need your solution. Because you understand their problem that well, that they're like, oh my God, nobody has explained this clearly before. They are demonstrating they understand my problem, and therefore they are very, very likely that they could solve my problem. So I better download their application or fill out their form or book a call with them. And then you place that video sales letter, you place it on a landing page, which in itself is also a sales letter. And that is a conversion mechanism. That is after they consume it, it turns their intent from low to high. They now understand exactly what your product does, why they need it, and they are primed to take action. The other one is a challenge mechanism. So a challenge mechanism it's really interesting thing to execute on, because the whole idea is to help your prospects get an easy win by themselves, because you help them take a certain action. If they have been postponing to, let's just take the gym as an example. If they have been postponing to go to the gym, then your challenge mechanism here would be, say, a 7-day gym challenge. Just go to the gym 3 times this week. And if you do, something happens. And then by the end of the challenge, they are already the person who goes to the gym. And then you can funnel them to the next step in your funnel, which could be, buy my, annual gym plan. It could be. For your SaaS, or agency, it could be something else. If you realize your prospects need to have a sales motion, and most of them don't have it, you can create a challenge funnel where you teach them how to create their sales motion. And so by the end of the challenge, now there's somebody who has a sales motion. And what you can do is, at this stage, you can offer them some leads, because now they would need leads in order to use their new sales motion, and they're very likely to convert it. But then you have a low ticket mechanism, which is usually you sell either a course, a PDF of some sort, like a checklist, a swipe file, or something that solves a very tiny problem, and you sell that for anywhere between $1 to $99. And the idea behind that is for you to just create buyers on the front end, a list of buyers on the front end, and ideally that list will break even. You won't make much money on that, but you will generate a highly qualified list of people who bought this, and if they bought it, that signals, okay, I'm interested in taking this action. And say they download a checklist of the best onboarding practices, and then your SaaS is an actual onboarding tool. And so this gives you a highly relevant people that have already taken some action. Another mechanism could be a webinar. Now, a webinar is great if you are creating a new category or your product needs a lot of upfront education. And then what you do on the webinar is You educate, and then at one point you turn into sales mode. Because now everybody understands, okay, these are the things that everybody now knows because they're essential to somebody understanding why they need your product. And now it's like, well, since you understand that and you're already here, here's my product. Like, do you want it? If yes, here's the button to buy it. All of these mechanisms have one thing in common. They help the prospect understand why they need your solution in the first place. They're taking somebody who is low intent, transforming their desire so they are ready to take that high intent action. Before the mechanism, the leads were unqualified and uneducated, and so they go to your sales call and they're like, so what do you guys do? You would think they would research what you do, but you're finding out, well, most of them don't actually know what you do. If you want them to download applications, they might download the application and then they might not even log in it, simply because they just don't understand the value. They might fill your form and they might never respond to your outreach afterwards, because they just don't care. You haven't explained why they should care, which is the lack of conversion mechanism. Now, what happens after you implement a conversion mechanism? You get leads that are pre-educated and pre-qualified and pre-sold on your methodology. Like, you're solving a problem, they have the problem, and the conversion mechanism tells them, I know this problem is these things. This is how I normally solve that. Do you want to solve your problem? That's what the conversion mechanism tells them. And if they say yes, here you get somebody who is actually qualified. They are really high intent and they just want your product because they understand it. From engagement perspective, the customer has already engaged with you. He's already seen things from your company. It has helped them already up until this point. So by the time they come to you on the sales call, they have already realized some value out of you already. Would that make any difference in your sales calls? Like, do you think? The app downloads, the user onboards faster because they understand why they need it, and therefore, okay, like, let me go through the onboarding and then actually start using this application because I understand why. The form fills, they understand now that they fill the form, this is why I need their product or solution. I'm filling this form and then I am expecting somebody to outreach to me and I will answer to that person because you've already explained that inside your conversion mechanism. So there's no guessing on their part. Now I want to show you one case study here. A very recent case study where we generated over 30 days 550 low-cost clicks from Meta ads from a very relevant audience. Then we fed them through a VSL landing page conversion mechanism that educated them on what the solution is, which resulted in 35,000 in net new revenue. That is from just 6,000 in ad spend. This is the difference between a conversion mechanism and no conversion mechanism. Because before that, this company was running ads to a homepage and then it was getting the clicks, but then none of the clicks were converting because they lacked this conversion mechanism here. So it's not just the ad, it's the ad plus the mechanism working together to create high quality conversions. Now, in your new funnel, please just stop wasting clicks. Clicks are just the beginning. Like, the whole point of an ad is to get people to your conversion mechanism. The point of your conversion mechanism is to convert these people into high intent people who are ready to take the action. And if somebody is ready to take the action, they are ready to convert that. Because if your action is book a call, they understand why they need the call, they actually want it, and so they book it and then they look forward to the call. If it's an app download, they understand what this application does, why they should go through the onboarding process and ultimately activate to start using it. If it's a form fill, they understand why they need to fill your form and then look forward to your outreach and actually reply and engage with you this way, in a meaningful way. So stop judging your ads on direct conversions. It's literally not their goal. Start judging them on their ability to get people into your conversion mechanism. That is the only job of the ad. If you have questions, please ask them below in the comments or just email me directly. But in the meantime, I'd like to know, what is your conversion mechanism? Please let me know down in the comments below. Ultimately, that really helps me get engagement and tell the YouTube algorithm that this video is actually high quality. Let's help them. So if I helped you, help me. Thank you.